What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Chart Striker. This is Dana. Hope everybody has been, you know, having a good day so far, a profitable day, a good day, like where you feel good. Your trades are doing good as well. Not a lot has happened since, yesterday's stream. This pullback is taking time, and if we are supposed to break resistance and move a bit more to the upside, it's also taking time. Like I've been talking about a pullback since 2 days ago, probably now. Yeah, literally 2 days ago when we're around these levels. Okay, let's get into it. Because like it's I'm not gonna repeat that much because it's pretty much what I said yesterday. We still haven't closed, above below 16,773. We've had, some, shadows here and there, but no close below it really. But it's just giving me that you know bulls are a bit tired vibe. Like they're not completely tired yet, but definitely a bit tired vibe, and if that's what I'm seeing, like there's a chance where the bears can just scoop in and do what they want to do and then move on. But we'll get into the details, maybe not that much. You guys can just watch the show from yesterday and you'll find it there, because it's pretty much the same thing I said yesterday, same thing I said before yesterday when we had this candle. So prior daily candle closed the way it did. I wouldn't put a lot of, like, okay, it wicked back up, bulls tried their best, but I don't see it as anything special right now. Okay, we still have this bad divergence because we still haven't closed above 16,950. And if you remember what I said, like now out of the 2 days that I said we should see a close above 16,950 like soon-ish. Now I'm just gonna prolong it till Sunday, at least till Sunday. Like I'm really trying to give it a chance, but I am seeing signs also telling us to be cautious. That's why I've been repeating yesterday and before yesterday, a pullback might come. We had this wick up to 16,990, let's just say $17,000, but that was it. Like I don't see anything else right now. Okay, we still have that bad divergence growing. We need that break above 16,950, not only break but a close, okay, on a daily, to see that it becomes irrelevant. Until then, still relevant. We got RSI that is fine-ish, like can't say much about it either. Let's move on, zoom into the 4-hourly. Yeah, like look, we see this, like you guys looking at this stream right now, watching the stream right now, and me myself, like how can I put this? You see this heart line that we have here around 16,862? There is really no close above, let's just say 16,870, just to be a bit more flexible, okay? Still no close above it. Still, you can twist and turn, but there's still no close above it, okay? It is resistance around these levels. Like it might be hard for the bulls to accept, but it is what it is, okay? There is resistance around these levels right now. But sure, we still didn't close any 4-hourly candle, any daily candle, below 16,773. So I guess it's okay-ish, but yeah, I'd be very cautious. I'd be very cautious. Personally, I'd be cautious. What you do is up to you, but just letting you know what I'm seeing right now. Like I'll be only a bit more convinced that this, like we are out of this range the minute, at least, okay? If we can see a close above 16,870 on the hourly, number one. And then, of course, the main one, a close above 16,950-ish dollars, even on a 4 hourly. Even on a 4 hourly, okay? That would mean something, do something, but until then, yeah. Look, on the 4 hourly, we had this bad divergence already, spoke about this 2 days ago and so on. Now we're having our first negative momentum, as you guys can see, okay? MACD turned bearish. RSI is okayish, but I'm just, considering everything. If I just consider one or two things, I could be lured to think that, well, already at these levels, I would have thought that, okay, we're going straight up. But that's not the case. We gotta give it some time to do things, okay? And it's doing things that do not look like it's in favor of the bulls at the moment, like in the minute that I'm speaking right now. So that's the 4 hourly. Not much to add there either. Okay, hourly. Let's see now. No divergence really on the hourly. None. But if we see any close below, it's actually the same, okay? Exactly the same like the 4 hourly. If we see any close below 16,773, also on an hourly, okay? Like if you want to be a bit more conservative, fine, 16.8 maybe, but flexible, 16,773. It's not looking the best, guys. Just not right now at the moment. If anything changes, I'll let you know, but it's been the same for 2-3 days now. Okay, let's move on. I got a text at the same time, but yeah. Just answer them. Not now, friends. I'm live. So they get to wait, okay? Anyways, first negative momentum also on the hourly. RSI is fine, can't do much, can't see much about that one. But there's really nothing special going on since, what I said yesterday. Really nothing yet, okay? We still got this positive momentum, but there's still, look, let us just put it in short. When we break above 16,950 on a daily, we are gonna be killing, well, we are gonna, like, one of the bad divergences is gonna become irrelevant. Until then, it's the same thing I said yesterday, okay? Not much to add there, so we can move on to the next one. Like, the bulls have had trouble, like, for a while now. Like, do something for Lord's sake, just do something so we can either move up or down. But yeah, just stuck. Okay, let's move on. Ethereum, guys, I'm a bit tired. Like, we were live for almost 4 hours yesterday and woke up early today and so on and so forth, and I had to do things, at home, and but I'm still here trying to do the best, give you the best of the crypto world, well, TA world. Okay, Ethereum, daily, pretty much same, like, just removing all the noise, pretty much same like Bitcoin, literally, except when it comes to Ethereum, there's a slight difference, and I did tell you guys this last time. There was some type of, bad divergence, but now the bad divergence that we had, the first bad divergence that we had is irrelevant, okay? We are fine. So far, like it's, well, there is some bad divergence. We still have to, almost forgot about this one, the second divergence. We still have to see a daily close above 1,322, no, $30, somewhere around these levels. Let's just say 1,325, okay, in the middle. To see that the second, bad divergence becomes invalid, irrelevant. Until then, it's also like building. It is there. We cannot, deny it or just, play blind and go like, no, it's not there. It is there. So we have to keep all this, in consideration. Pretty much the same for hourly. So we held support. So far, we're still holding support. Let me just stretch this out so you guys can see. We're still holding support fine, but our first negative, by the way, this is the hourly support that I have here. We got our first negative momentum, okay, but looks like this can turn into a nice divergence if we do not, close below 1,188, and we are very far from that level right now, okay? So it's just showing on one of the oscillators, okay, not both. Let me check if Bitcoin has the same. No, it doesn't. It's not even closed yet, okay? But on Ethereum, definitely. Like I said this before yesterday, Ethereum is kind of showing a bit more strength. Not only Ethereum, but some altcoins as well. Some, okay? But yeah, pretty much the same here too, guys. Like really, not much has changed. RSI is fine. Still positive momentum on the oscillators, pretty much. For hourly, we had no bad divergence, nothing like that, but clearly, we were speaking about it. The bears got tired after we kind of hit resistance. This is old support, new resistance areas. You guys know about this. If we could have been able to break out above CF4 hourly close above 1,280-ish dollars, we could have eventually, come to the levels of 1,200 and, well, let's just say $1,300. I already spoke about this, but we got rejected at resistance levels, and bulls kind of lost steam a little bit, okay? Are we still within the channel? Let me see. Let me remove all the indicators. Kind of. We are actually below it right now that I'm zooming in. Yep. Definitely below that one. Okay. Let me have a look at the moving averages. Hold on. Okay, for hourly, I could see that the short term is above, midterm and long term, which is good on the 4 hourly frame. Daily though, like the short term is really trying to get above the midterm right now on the daily as I speak. It is trying, like it is getting closer to the midterm. That would be something. That would mean something, okay? At least we can come back to these levels. If that happens, we just need this daily close above 1,270-ish dollars first. If that can happen, definitely see around 1,000. Well, not definitely, the probabilities are more like are higher that we will see $1,300 ish, okay, between 1,296 to $1,300. We just gotta give it a bit time. So that's I mean, the bulls are having a hard time. The bulls are having a hard time. They've had a hard time for a while now, okay, for 2 days or so. So they gotta get back on the saddle and do some things if we want to see some action, break some levels and so on. Same thing with Ethereum. Like, I feel like a broken record, just repeating, pretty much the same levels because it's been the same since before yesterday. We held support, okay, right here with Ethereum. If this, if we break any daily candle below $1,240, close any daily candle below that one, see eventually around, these levels, eventually 1,218 to 1,213. If we break below 1,213, then see eventually around 1,188, okay? Like, probabilities become higher that we go a bit lower if we break certain levels, okay? Mongo, welcome to the show. It's almost like you know where I'm on. I hope those notifications must be working good. I'm glad you made it just in time. I just started, so glad you made it. Hope you've had a good day so far and you're feeling good and so on. Like it's actually fun for me when I go live and then I see you guys, immediately just, jump in. So that's well, I got you on the bell notification, so whenever I'm on I could see that. There you go, there you go. That's good. Awesome. I'm glad it's working because I've had a friend tell me that sometimes he can't see, he doesn't get the notification, so he doesn't know when I'm on, so he wants me to tell him, before I go on every time. But then again, I don't have time to do that every time, so unfortunately sometimes he misses it. But yep, that's life. But I'm glad it works for you. Yeah, guys, like, turn on that notification button if you're watching this on replay, just so that you guys can be here in time. Like, otherwise, you'll miss uh, you'll miss some things that are time sensitive. Okay, so Ethereum looking better than Bitcoin. Actually, looking better than Bitcoin. We kind of, saw that first bad divergence is irrelevant right now. We got the second one left, but on Bitcoin's chart, we haven't even like disrespected the first bad divergence that is still there. We need that close. Like, I've been saying this a while now. We need that close above 16,950 on a daily. Like, it's been hard times for the bulls. Support. I don't know if I spoke about support when it comes to Bitcoin. I think I did. Yeah, I did. Okay. You guys know, if we break anywhere below 16,773, you don't have to wait for a daily. It could be on a 4-hourly, candle. We close below it. See eventually around, these levels. Eventually around 16,694 to 16,000, 600-ish levels. Okay. And then, yeah, there are other levels, but we'll get to it if we get to these levels and so on and so forth. So we'll just give it some time to develop. Okay, let's move on to the next one. We are already done with Bitcoin and Ethereum because there's not much to add still. So we can move on with the next one. Let's see. Quant. Quant hit targets yesterday, guys. I've been speaking about that $15 to, I think it was $18, something like that, right? We literally came to what? $115, and then we pulled back a little bit, okay? But there is some divergence that you should be aware of. Like, it's a type B divergence, but something to be aware of. And we need that close. We need a daily close above 100 and $15, you know, the best would be above $117, like 118, excuse me, 118 above this, you know, the top of this box, okay, 118, but $115 could work also. Problem is we wicked all the way there, and then we just, you know, got smashed down again. So we need, like, those closes are so important, very important. Some people wonder why daily closes are important. It's because you can see where the direction of the market could go. Okay, so it's a good thing, you know, to have a look at not only, you know, daily closes, but it could be the 4 hourly, hourly, doesn't matter, but all these are important. Okay, anyways, let's continue with quant. We still need to break above this level. So this type B, you know, divergence that we see that is not in favor of the bulls, that is building, could become invalid. Okay, until then it's relevant, and it can become, you know, valid if it's, you know, if this starts pulling back. But I don't see that the bulls are tired, like they started to get tired, but they could, you know, take charge again. Well, let's see now. Okay, on the 4 hourly chart, guys, there was clear resistance around these levels. Fine, we pulled back. We are at the 4 hourly, you know, support right now. We are holding actually pretty good. If we can get back at least above $114 on the 4 hourly, see a close above it, that would, you know, do something. Even better, $115 actually. Okay, under 15.7. Let me round it off. $116 would be much better on the 4 hourly. That would mean we could, you know, go a bit higher to at least test 120-ish to $122. Okay, if we can see a close above, you know, 116-ish dollars. Fine. So that's quant. Nice that this support held. If it wouldn't if it would not have held, we would have gone lower to these levels. Okay, around 106 to 105-ish dollars. I already spoke about this, so it's pretty much the same there. Not much has changed. On the daily, positive momentum, our side looking okay-ish. 4 hourly could be discussed. It's the positive momentum is kind of getting weaker, as you guys can see, right? Uh, hmm. Got some sell pressure coming in from prior candle as well. MACD could turn bearish if this support doesn't hold, but right now it's looking okay. It's looking like it's holding. Okay, we got 23 minutes left until this candle is closed. Okay, and we begin with a new one. We are at support. At the same time, there is some nice divergence. This I like. Okay, this I like. I do not like this sell pressure, you know, that came in, but I like that nice divergence that is building on both oscillators right now. It is gonna become invalid though. It is gonna, like, we don't have to care about it if we see a close below $110, $110.2. Okay, if you see any close below that level on an hourly, then forget about it, and, you know, we can look for other things instead. So that's quant pretty much. Levels are pretty much the same like yesterday, so I'm not gonna repeat it much. You guys can just have a look at yesterday's stream and you'll see what's going on. Or if you want to know, have more information in depth than yesterday's stream, you'll find a lot of info there. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So Bitcoin done, Ethereum done, quant done. Let's have a look at Dogecoin. We are gonna have a look at Zen and BNB and let's see now, Solana, Ape, Ontology, maybe Shiba even. We'll see, but we'll have a look at some other altcoins as well and see what's going on. Actually, let's start with Solana. So, still no daily close above $40. Okay, there is still positive momentum going on. MACD still, bullish pretty much. Our size looking fine. It's looking fine. Like we can't hit on the RSI right now on the daily. Let me have a look at the moving averages. Hold on. Moving averages looking pretty much bearish still. Same thing really here with these settings. But there is one thing I like on both my screens. Price action, okay, is above the moving average right here. And on my other screen, which you guys can't see, it is actually like PAs right now above the short term and the midterm, MAs. So that's good. That's not bad. But but looks like PA is telling us that bulls are like starting to lose steam. Of course, they can't take charge again, but they're starting to lose steam, which I do not like that much, but we'll see. It's gonna be completely invalid though, okay? We're gonna know that they've taken, full control again if we can see a close above $14, 14.1, to be more precise. Same thing on the 4-hourly, really. If you see any close, above, kind of the same thing. Any close above 14.2, we're good to go. We're probably gonna see some more, action, at least to $15. Okay, that $15 is like a curse for Solana. Like it's not been able to break it. So we'll see what happens. We've held that support that I spoke about. This one, this support right here. I can stretch it so you guys can see. We still didn't break any candle, not an hourly, nor a 4-hourly, nor a daily, nothing, below this level. And unless we do, we don't have, to wait for these next levels, okay? If we break below $12.6 or $12.67, even on a 4-hourly candle, okay? Or an hourly candle, like, no need to wait for the daily, then straight down to 12 to 11.7, okay? Around these levels. Of course, there are other levels, but I don't think that it's super relevant to get into right now. If we close $15 though, if we close, above $15, next resistance would be around 16.42 to 16.66, around these levels. And after that, of course, there is other targets to the upside where we can meet resistance, but we'll take it step by step. Also on the 4-hourly, by the way, there's we're in charge, obviously, but then they look tired. Then they got smashed down again, like it's so much, like it's a whole story. It's a whole story. We have this negative momentum going on one of the oscillators, like our site was overbought, okay? It's reset itself, it's fine, but I'd still be cautious. I'd be cautious, okay? Like, I'll be more confident or more comfortable if we see that close above at least, $14.2 on a 4-hourly, then fine. Until then, and of course, some follow through wouldn't hurt, okay? A little follow through action wouldn't hurt, but until then, I'm like neutral right now. There is no real action to take right now. Like, but if I was like forced to choose. I mean, really, really forced to choose, okay? And let's talk short term, like very short term. Let me see now. Yeah, I'd maybe take a little thing is we're still holding. Okay, I'd wait for something like this, okay? If we break an hourly candle below this level right here, if I see a close below that level on an hourly candle, I'd be more comfortable with a short actually, okay? Even though it's a short time frame, you know, short scalp, but I'd rather do that if I'm forced to take action, you know, because time to take action was really at these levels when we called out, you know, this this action before it happened, like when we spoke about probabilities being higher, that we could see a nice move to the upside, you know, to at least, you know, $14, you know, if anything. But right now I'd be cautious. I'd just be cautious, okay? Let's move on to the next one. You know, sometimes when you watch the markets, like you can't you can't force yourself to take an action when there is no action to take, and you're in the middle of nowhere, like you don't see, you know, a lot of, you know, signs that are good to take a long, and you don't see a lot of signs that are bad either to take a short. Like market is completely confused. You know, you just I don't know, get some ice cream, open a soda or something, just, you know, lay back, get some popcorn, and watch the show. Just watch the show until something happens. I gotta have a sip of water. Like, hold on, guys. Okay, so let me turn this to blue since it's support. Okay, let's see now. Let's see. Next. This, I think we're gonna mix it up today. We're gonna have a look at some that we've never had a look at. Well, we've probably have had a look at them, but not in a good while. Okay, so we can have a look at it today. Let's see. Let's choose, for example, bat. Okay, this looks nice. Hmm. So we came all the way, you know, very close to this support, by the way, which started at the top of this box, started around 0.1543. We came as low as 0.1602. Like there was, you know, signs telling you to keep an eye open. Nice divergence kind of played out. Well, is playing out right now. Like it's already built, it's already finished, and now it's playing out. Let's see. Okay, we closed above. Did we? Hold on. We kind of closed above, you know, resistance levels. With this, and then we broke down below it again, and it's pretty much the same. Okay, we need to see a close above 0.1805 on a daily, you know, to see some continuation to at least these levels. Like I haven't had a look at bad, you know, at bats in a while. Okay, so I'm doing it with you guys right now. at least these levels 0.1869 to 0.1922, and this is on the daily. Okay, actually all the way here. 0.1877 to 0.1947. Let's see now. Cat. Trying to have a look at the moving averages. Hold on. Okay, weekly not looking the best when it comes to the moving averages. Daily also not looking the best, guys. Pretty much bearish still, okay? We're gonna zoom in to see if there's anything else that is interesting. Let's see now. Daily. Trying to draw some targets for you guys so you guys follow what's going on. Hold on. So this is daily resistance. First daily resistance, okay? Well, it's actually second because we have that first one around the red line, right? So we got second resistance right there. Cool. Like if we see any close above 0.1946, okay, or I'm being flexible, 0.1946 on a daily, there is really not much holding us until, you know, next resistance, which is around 0.2166. If we break above that one, see eventually around 0.2360 to 0.2436. It's all the way here, I think, 0.2360. Yep, okay. Yeah, there are other levels to talk about, but not yet, guys. We have to take level by level, okay, step by step. And when it comes to support, let's have a look at the 4 hourly if there's anything interesting going on there. Okay, we're about to see some rise to the upside, seems like. Nice, very nice. Nice divergence on the oscillators, like sure, MACD is bearish, negative momentum, and so on. But there's some nice divergence, you know, building. It's only going to become invalid if we close below 0.1705. Until then, it's okay. Okay, we got some. Well, we got first support around these levels. You know, the bottom of this box right here, 0.1743. Hence, we saw some type of a bounce from this level. Second one, if we lose this one though, it's a completely different story. Let me just show you. Then we have support, the next support around 0.1697. Let me just draw it, okay? 0.1697 to a bit deeper, somewhere around these levels, okay? And this is on the 4 hourly. So if we break below this one, see eventually, you know, around these levels eventually, okay? But looks like we could see some like probabilities look higher that we come at least to these levels right now, okay, before anything else. But we'll see what happens. This one I'd like to pull up a little bit. There you go. On the hourly, let's have a look on the hourly moving averages, by the way, looking pretty much bearish on the 4-hourly chart also. Looking at my other screen, short term is above the midterm, but it's more or less still, bearish, okay? Hourly is looking, look at the pullback, same thing, at support levels, we kind of pulled back, nice hammer and so on. Not only that, there's nice divergence, on both oscillators. MACD is trying to turn bullish. All that's nice, nice, nice. We are above the first resistance when it comes to the hourly, which is around 0.178-ish levels, okay? Yeah, looks like it's more likely that we come 0.18. Let's see now. 0.18. Now on the hourly, we are still below resistance, okay? If we but looking at the 4-hourly, looks fine. On the hourly, we could come and meet, this 0.18 resistance. After that, we'll see what happens. But on the hourly, we got this resistance as well. Let me just draw it out. This is live. I'm doing live TA, guys. I haven't had a look at BAT for a while because I want to mix it up a little bit, so we just, do not rotate on the same altcoins now and then and do follow-ups just on those, but mix it up a bit here and there. Yeah, let's see. Okay, for only here. If we see any hourly break, let me just do this first. And I'm talking short term now, okay? If you see any close above this level on an hourly, pretty much on an hourly, then you got your first, warning sign that this could, continue to the upside to at least, these levels, at least, okay? Because there's really not much holding us until 0.19-ish areas. If we can get above this one, it's old resistance, guys. I mean old support, which is now new resistance, okay? Just for those of you wondering why and so on. But I like how it's looking like, not looking that bad. On the 4-hourly, not looking that bad either. Let me check out the weekly real fast. Now let's give it 3 days and then we'll see what happens. But that's bad, okay? If we can break above this one, see eventually around 0.219-ish levels. If we see any close above that one, see eventually around these levels. Simple as that, okay? 0.23 to, well, 0.24-ish to 0.2436, somewhere around these levels, okay? Yeah, eventually we could reach higher levels around 0.27, but only if we close a 4-hourly and a daily above this level, okay? Or a 4-hourly at least above this level, which will push the daily also to the same direction. Like it's more likely that happens if we see a close above 4 on the 4-hourly time frame, a 4-hourly candle close above that level. Okay, we can move on with the next one. Feels like I need to catch my breath. Just hold on, guys. Hold on. Let me have a sip of water. Okay, let's move on. Oh my god, the feeling when you're speaking like non-stop and you're trying to speak fast. It's work, I tell you, it's work. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Should we have a look at cake? Let me just write down. Solana is done. Gotta look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and BAT. Yep, BAT. What else? What else? Cake. Cake. Not cake. Not the cake to eat. I mean cake crypto, okay? Let's see if there's anything interesting going on there. Let me remove this price label right here. Hold on. Okay, so cake. No, it broke out of this, descending wedge. But not much has happened. We kind of just, pulled up a little bit. We met resistance and then we came back down. Like, oh, I thought we would see some more action, but I guess not. There is barely any volume. It's a pity. It's a pity, okay? There's some nice divergence going on right now on cake. Let me have a look at the moving averages as well. Hold on. Now this one is one that a lot of people loved because it just rose as high as $41 from $8, and it didn't take long. It just what 1 2 literally on the second month it was up at $40 areas. Crazy stuff. Let's see now. Let's see. You see this declining volume keeps on declining. Okay, this is the monthly. Like I don't see anything interesting on the monthly. Bears kind of like not well, they were getting tired, but they're not that tired anymore, so keep that in mind as well, just to be aware. Let's have a look at this on the weekly because I haven't had a look at this one for a while. Weekly actually looking better. Not the oscillators, no, not the oscillators, but hopefully if this support can hold. Let me just do this. That would be one first warning sign telling you we could see something. But weekly is looking okayish. Like we're getting a bit tired right now, okay, on the weekly. Let's move on. See daily. By the way, weekly, any divergences? Nothing. No. Yeah, on one of the oscillators, but it's nothing that relevant right now. On the daily, let's see. Like, I like this. I like this. We just need a break above. Let me break it down for you guys. Hold on. I think after many years of doing TA, you kind of get it's you get damaged because you can see things without drawing things visually, but it's also good, to draw just, to make sure that you're not just thinking you see things. So it's better to be on the safe side. So if we can see, any clothes above, actually I should do this, hold on. So okay, and blue, there we go. So if we can see a close above at least 3.317, 3.363 would be even better. But if we can see a close above that one, then there's really not much holding us, until, next areas, which is around 3.480 ish. Like that's not even that hard of a resistance, but it is there. Okay, it is there. So let's just make sure to take that out as well. And this on the daily, we're talking daily still. There you go. Actually, there you go. Next resistance on the daily is around these levels, okay? 3.477 to $3.620. We got some positive momentum on the oscillators. Our size still, nice divergence that has already developed, okay, and is kind of being respected right now. But where is the volume, guys? Where is the volume? We need volume to come in because it's looking, just I like this though, but we need some more volume. We need volume to come in. Let's have a look at the 4-hourly. Let's see. Looks like I could be wrong, but if we can see a close above, 3.316, at least this level, 3.317, around these levels, we could see that rise, come to 3.3, well, 3.4-ish levels, come soon. So if you break above this one, see eventually, around these levels, 3.4-ish areas, like very, very possible right now. We are ranging sideways. Fine. Looks like another Bitcoin thing, except that there is no it's not as weak as the bulls have been, showing signs of on Bitcoin's chart. This seems to be a bit better. It actually looks like, a nice bull flag, if anything. So we'll see what happens. As long as we do not close below this level right here, I can just do this. As long as we do not close below that one, fine, we are good. But when we do, if we do, then see around next support levels, okay, eventually. 3.224 to 3.171-ish, around these levels. not to the dot, but around these levels. Okay, if we break anywhere below 3.224, then see eventually around 3.171. See, I think it's the same on the hourly as well. Yep, pretty much the same. And problems with typing fast. Okay, but so far I'm liking this. We just need that closing above 3.317-ish dollars. Let's see eventually around 3.4-ish. Eventually. Unless Bitcoin decides to collapse completely, because we've been talking about short-term corrections, pullbacks. We've been seeing a little bit, but at the same time, the more we see that, the more it looks like the bulls are losing control. So we do not want to see a lot of that happening. Okay, let's move on to the next one, because we've had I think we're completely done with the cake completely, at least for now. Okay, what happens if we break above this level, and what levels we can come to next, and what support we need to hold to hold. Otherwise we come all the way to these levels, and if 3.171 doesn't hold, see eventually around 3.12-ish dollars, like possible. Okay, that's cake for now. Let's move on. So cake also done. Okay, next. I was having a look at this one earlier. Now I know I spoke about Maker not so long ago. I did tell you guys it was at support, and there was some nice divergence that already developed and so on and so forth. We kind of hit resistance. Okay, I'm gonna get into it, but let's have a look at the rest of the things first. So we have this bad divergence. Like we need a close above 555-ish. Okay, yeah, 555 would be good enough. Okay, even better around $560, but 555 would do it. Okay, if we can see a daily close above that one, well, not much holding us until 586 to really 600, $13. Not much holding us until these levels. But we are at resistance. Prior daily candle kind of closed okay. It closed fine. Can't complain. Let me have a look at the moving averages. Hold on the daily. Bearish on this daily. Bearish as well. Okay, moving on to, and by the way, we got volume coming in. Okay, moving on to the 4-hourly. You see, like it didn't touch it to the dot, but very close. We came as high as $535. Okay, and this one was around $536, the resistance. So pretty close, but not to the dot. That's why I always say around, because there are other traders that kind of set their orders a bit below or slightly above the targets they're looking at. anyway-ish. On the 4-hourly, we need that close above, on a 4-hourly. On a daily, 555 to 560 would be best, okay? If you want to see this rise a bit more, okay? On the 4-hourly, if we can see any close above, $536, we will eventually come to that $555 to $560, okay? Eventually. And then we'll see if we can, break that resistance straight away, or if we're gonna pull back again. But if we break out of that, area, $560 area, not much holding us on the 4-hourly until 573-ish to 570, well, really 574-ish to 579-ish levels, okay? That would be the first, second resistance I'll be looking at when it comes to the 4-hourly. So somewhere around these levels. Let me just put it out for you. Hold on. Okay, cool. We break above 536, see eventually around this level, and this would give the daily a boost if we can actually see a close above this level. So we'll take it step by step. But that's maker. I think it's looking fine on the daily. It's looking fine. Okay, just need to see that close above 555 to $560. Okay, pretty much like the 4-hourly. But 4-hourly, we will see. It's gonna confirm for us earlier before the daily does, of course, if we're gonna see it, rise higher or not. And that depends on if we can see a close above $536 or if not, okay? And then from there, we'll take it another time, but that's pretty much it when it comes to maker. Nothing else to add. Like when it comes to support, still it's the same levels pretty much that I spoke about last time, I think. We got some support area around these levels. Let me have a look at the hourly. Hold on. Okay, so I can see some support pretty close right here. Hold on. Somewhere on these levels, fine. So support right there for hourly support, that is. Even hourly support, okay, around these areas. If we close anywhere below that one, you'll see eventually back around these levels. But this support should hold if this PA is gonna favor the bulls, okay? Okay, done with maker as well. Like there are so many levels that that are gonna be interesting, you know, to see get hit if we see a close above, you know, or at least this level right here, 596 to 615. But we'll take it step by step. But it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting for maker. If things do not go south and turn left, it's gonna be interesting. Okay, so let's have a look at something else now. So far we've had a look at yeah, these are new markets we're having a look at. Well, not new, we haven't had a look at them in a while. So we've had a look at cake versus USDT, bat as well, Solana, the usual, nothing special there, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, let's see now, let's see. Chili's or KNC? Chili's or KNC? Like, which one of these two? Okay, just chose. So, this one is looking good, guys, so far. Problem is, we're still below this 0.1130 levels. We need to get above it. Okay, we need to get above it so we can see some, you know, continuation. Until then, like, it's not the best, but what I love is this, okay? We had this nice divergence, number one, on one of the oscillators, okay? Number two, nice, you know, prior daily candle as well. But I do not like the fact that we couldn't close at least above 0.113. The best would be, of course, around 0.1190, but at least above 0.113, it would do something, like it would give it a push, okay? We got some volume. You can barely see it, okay? But you got some volume coming in, a little bit. Let's have a look at the weekly real fast. Like we are at support areas. We got this nice divergence on the weekly as well. Just keep in mind, we gotta wait 2 days or so to see what, you know, happens with the daily, but I'm just saying, not looking that the worst, okay? Let's see now on the daily. But of course, if we can't get above 0.11 9-ish levels on the weekly, I'd be a bit cautious still, okay? I'm just saying, like, it's looking fine. It's not looking that bad. Let's have a look at the rest of the action. Moving averages pretty much bearish on the daily. Let me have a look at the other chart. Hold on. The one with the usual settings, you know, that most people use. Chili's. Daily. Also bearish, guys. Like, there is nothing, you know, after this cross, it wasn't the best action, so we kind of went down a little bit more. But bears are tired, okay? I can let you know, I can actually, you know, come out and let you know that the bears are tired on Chili's. It would confirm it even more if we could see a close above 0.1137, even better around 0.119. Okay, but the bears, I'm not saying they're starting to get tired. You know, it means it's a different meaning when I say that. Now they're actually tired. Okay, they're actually tired. They've given up so far. At the moment that I'm speaking, they've given up. Things can change, but they've given up so far right now. Let's have a look at the 4 hourly. A look at this. Okay, RSI was in overboughtish, territories around these levels. It kind of reset. We had some volume come in. Um, okay, support right here. Support is right here. Because daily, bears look like, they gave up and so on. The fact that we couldn't close above this level kinda tells me, let's see what happens. Let's give it, until Sunday at least, okay? But on the 4 hourly, we could see that the the bulls, well, the bulls kind of lost steam, okay? We are still above, I guess, 0.18-ish, 0.11-ish levels. But if we see any close below this one, stay around these levels, okay? On the 4 hourly support, let me just mark it. Yeah, because right now I wouldn't be like, if we close anywhere below, 0.1095, if you want to be a bit more conservative, we are gonna at least test, the top of this box. And if we lose the top of this box, it's straight down to around 0.1-ish levels, okay? Even 0.99, I wouldn't be that shocked, because on the 4 hourly, clearly, the bears showed up again. Okay, I'm looking at this pattern right here, not the best pattern. At resistance also on top of that. Just noticed this. Okay, let me draw out the resistance levels for you guys. Hold on. This is gonna be interesting. After I do this, we're gonna see if the fib matches up with everything else that I'm seeing, okay? I'm here, guys. I'm just drawing things, that's why I'm a bit quiet, but I'm here. Okay, so on the 4 hourly, um, on the 4 hourly, we have this resistance right here around these levels, okay? First resistance, that is 0.1150, I think, or 57 to 0.1212. Then we are gonna meet some resistance around this level if we can, break above the top of this box, the top of this resistance level or profit taking level. If we see some more, steam coming in, from the bulls, eventually around, 0.1276 to 0.13-ish. Do you have your own settings on the fib? Yeah, 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 Mago. I have my own settings. It took me a while to configure that because there's really nothing wrong with the usual settings, on the fib, but then I think I prefer, the settings that I have on my own. But I don't know why, but I prefer it. Like, it's not that it's, it's not that I do not like, the usual on TradingView. It's fine, it could work, but it took me a long time to configure the one that I have, on the fib, on my own settings. Most of the things actually, not only the fib, but the MAs and many other things, I try to tweak the settings to something that I like, based on my experience. I tweak them till I find something that gets more respected than, you know, anything else. So yeah, it's different fib. That's why you maybe, see that it's not, the same as the one that's as default on TradingView. Um, so we got this first resistance right here on the 4-hourly. Let me just mark it real fast, guys. Then if we can break above this level right here, guys, there is really not much holding us until 0.1352-ish to 0.14. Like literally not much holding us. Like we can even, go higher all the way to 0.1476. Just saying, okay? Really not much holding us. This is the 4-hourly, by the way. When it comes to the daily resistance, if we see any close above this level, if we see any 4-hourly candle close above this area right here, 0.1272, not much holding us until 0.136 to 0.144-ish levels, okay? So somewhere around these levels, 0.136, literally the bottom of this box, this old support level, okay? And if we can see any close above this level, 0.144, see eventually around 0.166. But we are far away from that right now, so let's give it time and see what happens and so on and so forth. But just so you know, just so you're aware, okay? On the 4-hourly, looks like we could pull back if the bulls do not come back and, show some take control again. If we close anywhere below 0.1096, 0.1095, more likely that we come back to at least, retest the top of this box. And if we lose that one, straight down to the next levels right there, okay? Okay, let's move on to the next one. Oh, right, before I do that, let's fib it. Let's fib it so we can see if there's anything matching up. Like when I fib, I'd like to have the magnet on, so we don't have to waste a lot of time, just trying, to find the right spots. Okay, the fib. Remember that daily that I told you about, that we need to get above to see next areas? So funny. So right here, important levels are on the fib. We don't agree, like we're not seeing eye to eye always, on the dot, but almost kind of most of the time, okay? Kind of. So this is one of the times it's kind of. So if I would have thought it's right at, the important, pocket, I would have drawn a box somewhere around these levels. But that's not the case. I don't use the fib that much, so you understand what I mean, okay? I would have drawn something like this, but that's not the case. And then, even better, if we actually, get above this area right here, we are gonna be reaching, apparently, the bottom of this box is the 78.6, okay? So We could be reaching, the bottom of the box at least, and then, a bit higher, okay? So that's what's going on. So I can remove this one. Too many lines and so on. It could get confusing for some. So that's chilies. It's been a while. I haven't seen this one like in a while. Okay, let's have a look at Bitcoin for a minute or two, and then we'll get back with the rest of the altcoins. So we've had a look at chilies as well. What's Bitcoin doing? What is Bitcoin doing? No, actually not, but I'm gonna do that, especially for the members, since I value this is gonna be for the paid members. Like I said, I have value in the fib settings that I have, so it's gonna be for you guys. I consider you already, being a member, Mago, so I'm gonna make a video on it, or just share it with you guys, on the Patreon, definitely. But I haven't made it on for YouTube, no. The only tutorials you'll find on YouTube right now that are, available for everybody, is the #1 tutorial on, well, part 1, not #1, part 1 tutorial on how to, well, tutorial on TradingView, basically. And I've decided when I get at least 100 videos on 100 views on that one, I will go with part 2. And then we have that trendline videos, which is a video that apparently has helped like a lot of people. I've had a lot of good feedback because of that one. So these are the only 2 videos available right now at the moment. And I wanted to do a part 2 tutorial on TradingView, but then I was like, let me just, at least see the other one get to at least 100 views, and then I'll continue, because otherwise I'll just be dropping, videos left and right. So I wanted to just give it some time to have some more viewers, more people that have watched it, and if there is demand, I'll make, part 2 as well. Okay, Bitcoin, really not doing much yet. Still below this hard line, okay? So we can move on with the rest of the altcoins, because yeah, not much is going on. Hold on, I think I have technical difficulties when it comes to the internet. Why does it always have to bug out? Okay, not always, but when it happens, it's pretty irritating. Hold on. Fine, looks like I have to ignore that right now. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Let's see. I'm just picking up, random altcoins. Once I've seen a while ago, once I haven't seen at all in a while, just, going through things. But before we do that, maybe we can have a look at Zen. Right now it looks like it's just creeping very slow them down, but anything could bring it up back fast. Yeah, like one of the things that could bring it up fast is if we can at least, see a close on an hourly above 16,882. That would do something, but bulls are having a difficult time. Like, bulls are having a difficult time. No joke. Like, they keep on, being hammered down. Okay, they come back strong, at support levels, but then that's it. They keep on being checkmated, in the same level, literally. Okay, next. X. X. I've got so much hate for this one because the last video I made on this one, I was like, it's looking bad, it's about to go down, and we were around these levels, okay? We're around 0.26, 0.02678. Since then, literally we came down. Okay, fine, we hit that resistance that we spoke about around these levels, so you guys can just have a look at the video. But since then it was straight down. Now though, now I can come out and say it's looking better. Now I can come out and say it's looking better. Okay, so for all of you that had a problem with me saying it was not looking good, now we can truth, we don't have to uh, fight with each other anymore. Like I was just giving you the TA. Like it's not like I'm coming here and telling you, pushing my opinions upon you guys. I'm just telling you what I see on the charts. I don't even own or trade hex. Like it's one of those I do not want to touch, but I come out here and let you know what's going on. Anyways, hex, the bears lasted, they gave full control to the bulls. Okay, nice. As long as we're above this level right here, all good. Really, this is support. Hold on. Oh, I got the magnet on. Oh. Support, turn it to blue. Okay, we are at resistance. We need to see a close above, well, much better, above the bottom of this box, 0.2250. Like 0.22, yeah, 0.2250. If we can see a close above 0.2250, even on a 4-hourly, guys, that would mean something. That would mean that we could go higher. So like this is looking interesting. This is actually looking interesting. If we see a close above 0.2250, even on a 4-hourly, like see eventually around 0.257-ish to 0.2686, areas, like not much holding us until these levels really. Let me just do this. I bet it's the same on the 4-hourly. Let's see. Yep, pretty much around these levels, okay? Just gonna mark it, guys. Hold on. It should actually be the second, since this is the first right here, 0.2250. Okay, changing it now. Hold on. There you go. So we could wick all the way to these levels, 0.02832. Very possible, because if we are close to the top of this box, very possible. But if we want to see a rise, like we want to see a break above 0.03, we need to see a close, a daily close above 0.0302 ish. Same thing goes for the 4-hourly. We got some resistance around these levels. Okay, 0.031, 0.030, you know, what was it again? Hold on. 0.0302. Okay, we need a close above, 0.03, 0.030.5 at least. Okay, 5 at least on a daily. If we see that, see eventually around, well, next resistance, which is around 0.03304 to 0.03396 levels, and we see any daily candle close above this area right here. Bring it out right now. Hold on. Around this level, okay, the 0.035-ish level, any daily candle close above that one, there is not much holding us, guys, until all the way, up here. Like literally, not much holding us. Eventually around 0.05-ish levels then. Hex, simple. It's looking fine to me. Like higher daily candle close, strong bullish engulfing candle, right? We got some nice buy pressure coming in. Oscillators looking positive, like positive momentum on the oscillators. On the 4-hourly, let's just have a quick look. And let me have a look at the moving averages. Hold on. Moving averages for X. Really, I'm not gonna find it now. Hold on. X versus USDT. Okay, got it. I had it, I lost it. Like, what the? Really, though? You know how sometimes, you're looking for things, they could be right in front of your nose, but you can't find them? Come on. Did I accidentally remove it from the list? What's going on? X versus USDT. Yeah, I accidentally removed it from the list, actually. That's why I couldn't find it. Okay. I am only human, guys. It happens sometimes. Okay, I found it. Like, all good. That was funny. For hourly, we are at resistance, okay, right now. We have to close above that level. Let me just draw a box for you guys on the 4-hourly, because we spoke about, the daily resistance levels and daily support and so on and so forth, right? And we're gonna speak about, the 4-hourly resistance that I can see, which is around 0.02202 to 0.2297. Not that much of a difference, but it's there. So 4-hourly resistance right here. So between 0.2203 to 0.02308-ish levels, okay? If you can see any 4-hourly candle close above this, the top of this box, not much holding us until, these areas, okay? Like we could see, it's very possible that we like if this continue, if we can break above, this resistance that we are at right now, see a bit more, rise at least to this top of the box, have some, type of sideway action, and worst case scenario, we pull back, all the way to, let's see now. Yeah, we can already see something here. So if we break below this area, it's your first warning sign that we could, go a bit lower, right? If we come to 0.02-ish levels, fine, 0.0199, 1999, okay, fine, but we get anywhere below that level right there, I'd be a bit cautious. But all the way to 0.02, if we break this level right here on an hourly, okay, we see an hourly close below this one, pulls back a little bit, fine. As long as it really doesn't close, on a daily level below 0.019 to 0.0195-ish to 0.01913-ish, it's okay, it's okay. Even better if it can do something like this. It goes all the way, to this level right here, it pulls back, it retests all the lows again, and then we see, a bounce. That would bring, a hard bounce, upon this action right here on hex, if that happens. So something like this, for example. Let me just or you guys get the point, okay? If we can retest this prior low as support again, like we hit resistance, come back down, retest it as support, hold, we see that the bears are losing steam, that would be an awesome bounce. It's gonna be a stronger bounce than what we saw right here, if that happens, okay? So, type 2 retest, if that happens. Okay, so hex pretty much done. We've already discussed everything, right? So let's move on. What's Bitcoin doing? I've seen Bitcoin struggle, but it's been a while I saw it struggle like this when it's, had a little bit of a push. And in Bitcoin world, in crypto world, a while could mean, 2-3 days. That's long enough. Unbelievable. It's the 4-hourly that kind of makes me go like, get the shivers looking at the 4-hourly chart. Daily, it's okay-ish, except for the bearish divergence that is still, relevant until or unless we close, above this level, 16,950. But the 4-hourly gives me the chills, okay? It gives me the, like, what do you call it, Mago? It doesn't give me the warm, fuzzy feeling, looking at this. Okay, so far we've had a look at, so many, like, altcoins that are pretty new. So, not new, but I mean, we haven't seen in a while, or first time we're having a look at it, in the live streams. Your charting is not far away from my charting. I've been like saying, pull back, pull back, pull back for 3 days. It's just been fooling around next and right. But we'll see what happens. We are gonna admit, like, I'm gonna admit that, okay, the bulls are in charge if we see that close above 16,950. Until then, I've been, talking about those pullbacks, corrections yesterday and before yesterday for a reason. And yes, we wicked up. But I spoke about this wick up before. You maybe remember, Mirko. Before it happened, I said we might see something like this, but if I do not see a close, it doesn't mean it means nothing. Nothing, literally nothing. It's like, the bulls just stepped on the toes of the bears and then they got, punched down hard. Like it's so we've had a look at Hex, Chili's, Maker, Cake, Bat, Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin. Not bad. We're gonna have a look at, there's still more to come. Okay, we're gonna have a look at Zen especially because I know it's been going down. People probably not that happy, but friends, trade it, do not date it. Just try to not, date it and then mate with it and all that. Just trade it and then leave it alone. Or mint it. That's another thing as well. You can also mint it. I mean, free money. Okay, so then again, ladies and gents, we hit resistance as predicted. We came down to this support level. I told you guys things were looking weak, like before we started, coming back down because we're at resistance levels pretty much, okay? You had this, horrible, candle come in. This is the thing. The the pump played out as predicted because we were having a look at this channel. If you guys remember, before we saw the pump, we held support. Once we broke out, we came to resistance areas, fine, and then since then, one bearish engulfing candle, and then, we just, blew down further down. Now to the important part. Before I get into the important part, first, there is still some positive momentum on the MACD, okay? RSI is, it's here trying to survive, trying to do things, but not much happening. We are back at this critical level, guys. We are back at that level. I can just stretch this so you guys understand that we are literally at it again. If we close any daily candle below 2150, doesn't matter when, if we break a daily candle below 2150, 4 hourly, same, daily, same, eventually around these levels. Still, okay, that hasn't changed from my side, like, because I don't see anything else telling me otherwise. If I see some type of strength in the eastern, something like that, I might, come out here and let you know that we could see some other, support before that support on the low, on the lower side. But until then, yeah. I'm having a look at the moving averages. Hold on. bearish. Moving averages pretty much bearish, very bearish. Nothing has changed there at all. We need to see some type of sign, indications telling us that the bears are kind of losing steam, and right now it's not. Actually, we have new resistance right now on the hourly chart. Okay. Unfortunately, right here around these levels, 2305-ish levels. Okay, on the hourly we got resistance here. We need to see a close above this. So crooked. Hold on. It keeps on getting more crooked. Hold on. The more I tweak it, just on. So if we can see an hourly, candle close above this level, see eventually, a bit higher, we can come all the way to 2445-ish levels. But I could see that the bears were starting to get tired and then they lasted again. Okay, the bulls lasted again. So next resistance after this one, all the way here is resistance, by the way, guys. This is hourly. This is hourly resistance I'm talking about, so you do not confuse it with something else, okay? Hourly resistance, fine. That's one key, hourly. If we can get above 2, 3, 4, 2 to 3, 4, 5-ish levels, see eventually around, first start around 2409-ish to 2441 areas. And if we can break, that level, if we can break this level to, well, that 2441 to 2450, if we can, close above the bottom of this box right here. Let me just stretch this out, it's better, I think. There you go. You see, we got actually rejected again at this resistance, the one before this one, right? But if we can get above this one, see eventually back at 2636 to 6, let's just say 2640, okay? To 2697, somewhere around these levels. So between this level right here to this level, still. I'm gonna start cleaning the chart, guys, because Zen has so many drawings, but luckily he has been respected almost. If you guys can go back and look, but almost like more than 90%, I'm sure. Okay, so but it's time to clean up the chart, because look at this, boxes all over the place. So anybody who's new and watching, this channel, you guys who have been watching, you're used to this by now probably, but anybody new is gonna get confused, very confused. On the daily, you remember I've been saying for 2-3 days, like the bears, I cannot say that they are completely tired. Still it's the same. On the daily, still the same. I cannot say much, okay? On the 4-hourly, they were even starting to get tired, but then, they lost, control. I mean, the bulls lost control and they came back again strong. So, but on the daily, the bears are definitely, I don't see any signs that they are losing control yet. I mean, that they're losing steam yet. Not to the point where I can come out and say it's time for a pump or time for a good time when it comes to Zen, like we've done other times, you see. Okay, so Zen also done. guys, I'm gonna give free hands to you. I know I have that $20 minimum request, but for now, I'm gonna do this, now and then, now and then. But for now, is there any, like, we'll pick one, just one, but is there any market we can have a look at and, completely on me? I'll give you a minute. If you don't, I'll keep on, choosing randomly and we'll see where we end up. Because today we actually, mixed it up a bit because I've been talking about, like following up the ones we've had a look at and whatnot and so on and so forth. So today I really wanted to talk about some that many are not talking about, whether it be cake or bat or even chilies, and I think even Hex is more spoken about than than bat and cake at this point, because yeah, I understand it's a bear market. People are depressed, looking at their profits going, south. Well, profits from last year for 2021. Oh, by the way, Atom, for those of you who watched the last stream, Mago, you called it out. You saw what was going on. You called out the candle that I was speaking, well, pointing to. So since then, since then, it might have, been trying to lure some people in, suck some people in, trying to make them believe that all is good and whatnot. But what happened? It goes back to that, resistance level, gets pushed back down. Back to that resistance level, gets pushed back down again. Now, we are still around that support level, this level right here, 10.075. We still haven't, really broken down below it. But looking at the daily, I don't think this looks good. Like me personally, I do not think this looks good, and I think that we might see a continuation, to the downside when it comes to Atom. I'm not gonna be surprised because we called this out before yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. On the 3rd of January. Some maybe, bought in, they got sucked in, and they're probably, not feeling good now. They're about to feel worse if this drops. TA gets respected and this drops. Yeah, not gonna be a good time. Support around these levels. If we break this one, that is, eventually around this area right here. And if we break this one, lower we go, but we'll take it step by step, right? But this is what I love with TA. You don't have to wait for anybody, to come and confirm for you or confirm for you or tell you that how can I explain? You don't have to wait for, oscillators and whatnot and this and that. Like, you just combine everything. You don't have to wait for one thing. But if this starts dropping and people, start calling out a downside action after it has happened, for me personally, I'd call that a bit too late. I like to be early. Like that's what's gonna, separate you from the others. Being early, seeing things before everybody else sees it. Because when everybody else sees the move, then you're not, you're not early. You're not that early, and if you're not that early, it's not gonna be the most beneficial for you. You see. But if you're early, if you're one of the first who sees the move come before it happens, for example, if one would have gotten out at these levels instead of these levels, it's much better, right? Like doing like it's you've already made profit. And then if you see, some reversal indications here, you still, made some profit and you can, step out. But on the daily, I can't say that right now. I cannot. Bulls do not look like they're in complete charge, so we'll see what happens. On top of that, we are at major critical resistance levels, guys. So that plus that, it does say a lot. I think we're gonna have a look at Cardano like we have to. Cardano's Cardano, right? We'll have a look at Cardano and then we have a look at Quant today. Yep, we did. Indeed, we did. So far, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Quant, Zen, Solana, BAT, Cake, Maker, Chili's, Hex are markets we've already had a look at, and we'll have a look at Cardano next, Dodge next after that. I don't know in which order, but Cardano definitely, Dogecoin as well, and Matic. It's been a while we had a look at Matic, so probably make Matic too. But right now I just want to see what's going on with Bitcoin first. Eyes on the king. I'm gonna get myself a glass of water and then we'll continue. Be right back in 2 minutes. Welcome back, Mago. Yeah, I was gone too. Seems like we are both having some technical difficulties, even though we're in different continents. I guess that internet problem is real today. Like one of the worst things that happened to me was like I was on a stream one day. This has happened also, when you're busy, like trading and so on. I completely lost my mind. I completely lost my mind. But now let's stay focused on the stream thing. I was streaming and in the middle of nowhere the internet just disappeared. Okay, and then it came back, so I started a new stream. This was like way back a few months ago. And then I was kind of not focused, so I realized that my mic was on mute, so I got real pissed off. So I imagine a few hours just went to waste just because the internet kind of pissed me off, and then I forgot to unmute the mic, so I was just talking to myself with the mouse, just cursor just moving around. Good times, fun times. At least we can, I can laugh about it today. Okay, let's have a look at Cardano, which was looking fine earlier. Let's see. It was looking so good until it wasn't. So the fact that we can't close above 0.2715 on a daily kind of is a bum, okay? That is not what you want to see on Cardano. Like you want to see a bit more rise, but then again, this candle is not done yet. This candle is not done yet. Okay, so let's see what it's gonna bring. But at the same time, just letting you guys know, we do have some, bad divergence developing on one of the oscillators. Like it's only gonna be irrelevant if we can, when we see a close above 0.3199. Let's just say 0.3, 2-ish levels. Okay. Let's zoom into the 4-hourly chart and see if there's anything, telling us get out now. Okay, if I see that, then we know it means get out now. We're at resistance. You guys know about that already. Let me just stretch this out so you guys see what I see. There you go. So that the close above at least 0.272 is very important, very, very important. Right now we are right at 0.2717. Okay, we need to see a close above 0.272. If you can see a close above that one, it would be awesome. It would be good. But if this 4-hourly candle closes anything like this, okay, and then we lose this old resistance, which is kind of new, new support areas. Let me just do this. I have to stretch it out all the way to this level, old support area, okay, which is around 0.2610, and this one is around 0.2616. Let's change it to 10 instead. There you go. So between 0.2659 to 0.2610, we do have support. Okay, if that breaks though, there is literally not much holding us until, all the way around 0.2559 to this area right here, 0.253. Oh, we lose that one like straight down to these levels, like 0.25 areas. Okay, so that's Cardano. You know what we need to do to see a rise. By the way, on the 4-hourly, If this doesn't flip on us, okay, and the bulls come back and at least close a 4-hourly candle above 0.272, then see you around next resistance, which is around these levels, okay, 0.2860, the top of this box. You see any close above this, like there's really not much holding us until 0.2952 to 0.31 ish areas, okay, not much holding us until that level. But take it step by step. But that's Cardano. Like I can't make a decision about the daily right now. Prior daily candle closed like okay, nothing special. But on the 4-hourly, if it closes anything like this in an hour and a half, it's not gonna be looking the best. Okay, eventually back at this support, 4-hourly support. Let me just mark it. There you go. Some altcoins looking fine. Thing is, if Bitcoin flips and it just collapses, it's gonna take many with them. Like it's nothing we can do anything about. Doesn't matter if the TA is looking good or whatever, it's gonna take some with it. Look, Hex at resistance. Daily is looking fine. We just need that close above that level. Yep, it really is. It really is, Mako. Now you see we're getting that pullback on Chili's right now. Being rejected around that 0.1788-ish levels. Like really, Bitcoin is just ranging. It's just playing around. It's just playing around with people's emotions, and I don't know what. Look at this. Sideways. Like do something sideways. Are you like preparing for a dump? Yeah, really, really. Like the psychology in itself is takes a lot of work and discipline. Like it's important, and it doesn't. That is one thing you can't have without experience. Like the more you are with the charts, the more you do those paper trades and so on, you are gonna like because if you've never ever felt pain In trading, I can't tell you that you're doing things, completely right, because then you must be a superhuman or something, or doing everything, you must be perfect, because the pain in itself teaches you a thing or two. On top of that, it teaches you to be patient, like, to not take those trades when you see a pump and maybe you're actually at resistance, or vice versa. Like, it's important. The psychology in itself is a big part of trading, like, and it comes with a lot of experience, a lot of time. But of course, you have to be open to it as well, because some do not believe in this, trading psychology and so on. But they might be in the beginning of their, journey. So eventually, like anybody who continues in the trading, space, is gonna accept that psychology and trading go hand in hand. 16,800 and 16,770-ish levels. Like, okay, Bitcoin. Yeah, yeah, it's like you're gonna be telling other people the same thing eventually at last, Mago, because you're seeing it for yourself, you're experiencing it for yourself as well. But you're only, getting that experience also because you're putting the work into it. Like, you're studying, you're doing paper trades and all that and all this. Like, that's important. And I usually say, like, I know this from experience. Um, if you're not feeling your best, like if you're not on top of your game, for example, if you have maybe, let's say, family members you're thinking of, or other things, that are stressing you in life, whatever it may be, you won't be able to make the best decisions. It's not only, trading wise, it's actually in any, aspect of life. When it comes to decisions and you're feeling stressed out, you're not on top of your game, you might not make the best decisions, so sometimes I do, even to myself, I try to remind myself, if I'm not feeling the best, I'd rather not, do, because trading is not a game. I take it 100% seriously. So I'd rather, give myself time to do whatever it is I need to do, so I can get that, problem or issue or thoughts or stress out of the way, and then, focus on this completely. Because if you're not feeling your best and you're trying to trade, it might go well, but the chances are much higher that it won't also, at the same time. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Besides, you're feeling bad, and then on top of that, you're trading, and then trading, is a stressful thing. You might, wear out yourself, which is also not good. Yeah, yeah, 100. I agree with you 100%, Mago. I agree with you 100%. That's why one day we were discussing, on Discord privately, that um, some, as smart as they may be, they super smart even, it doesn't mean, they will be able to trade, because They forget the psychological, part of it. They forget the emotional part of it, and so on and so forth. And it doesn't work out. You might have, those lucky traits here and there, but in the long run, if your losses are more than, your wins, then it really doesn't matter because it's fine. It's fine to lose, some traits. It's okay. Important thing is the wins are more than the losses. And cutting off, your losses as well. Not being hard-headed and going like, no, I said it's going up, I saw that it's going up, and it's going up, and I'm not getting out while new things have developed telling you we're about to go down. We are gonna go down, you see? So you have to be flexible and go like, okay, well, it doesn't mean, you're a bad analyst. It just means that, things have turned. A good analyst can be flexible and they can say, okay, now, things are not, going as I thought they were, according to TA, and now I can, um, change my way based on the TA that has developed like recently. That is very hard to do. It sounds easy, but it's very hard to do. You mean the part where you try to not be hard-headed and just change your style if you see something else coming? Is that what you mean? It's hard to do? Because if it's it's what if I have understood you correctly, yes, I agree with you. It is hard to do. Yeah, it is hard to do, Mago. Like the whole, trading thing is hard. Everything that has to do with trading is hard. It just, gets easier to understand, the more you deal with it. But exactly, Mago. I was just about to say the same thing, especially in the beginning, because I've also been there. I've also been there, but that was because this was in the beginning, but that was because also I didn't know better. I didn't know any better, So I could see like an uptrend, and I could have like gotten stuck with that, thought of, it just, going up. But then with the time, the more you learn, you see that, well, okay. But at that time, I had no idea, literally no idea, about TA and so on. This was a while ago, so especially in the beginning, it's difficult. You just follow what your eyes see, like green uptrend, okay, fine, and then you get stuck with that idea. And then you see maybe red downtrend, okay, fine, then you get stuck with that idea. Even like it's impossible, to spot, reversals and so on and so forth. But that's what I mean with pain. Literally in trading, like it's the only time I can completely agree to this saying: more pain, more gain. Like no pain, no gain. Like literally, mistakes, mistakes that you do on your own are one of the best ways, best ways to learn. But I'm also here to help you guys avoid a lot of mistakes, just, so you can learn from other people's experience. Sometimes you can just see what your neighbor is doing wrong, so you don't go and do the same thing wrong and burn yourself, You don't have to literally go and burn yourself to know that it's not a good idea. So sometimes it's just, fine to see that somebody else burned themselves and they're burning and they're in pain and, they got wounds and so on and so forth. So you go like, okay, well, um, I don't want to end up like that. So I'm not going to burn myself. So I'm just going to, take that experience from somebody else and do better. Europeans will be waking up to Cosmos and some other altcoins, be in complete shock. I can speak for Europe because the other, time zones I'm not so sure of, but some things some things look like they want to drop. Like on the 4-hour, we have this nice divergence, on Cosmos. Like, I'm not gonna deny that. I'm not gonna take that away from you guys. But have you seen the daily? Have you seen, the Easterns? Have you seen everything else? Like, it's not looking good. Yep, Mago, I got you. I got you. I understand what you're saying. But it's like I said, we're trying to help each other out. Like anybody watching the streams could learn, a thing or two from things you're saying, from things I'm saying, because it's important things we're, discussing, and it's all related to, well, most of the time it's related to trading, whether it be psychology, whether it be emotions, whether it be, for beginners, pros. A lot of people could, relate to this. Whether it be 1 minute, hypothetical trades like we did yesterday, all this, is part of trading, and yeah. So I was seeing a lot of tweets today on Twitter on how Bitcoin is getting ready to charge up and, head back to 17,500 and so on and so forth. And straight after that, most people were actually talking about, 19K and 18.5 and whatnot. And I was like, why? Why are people talking about 19K, 18.5, and so on and so forth right now? Can we at least first break 17.3 to 75? At least let's do that first, okay? And then I'll be also one of the people discussing, 18.5 and so on. But until then, it's like people are in a hurry. They are in a hurry to call out, you know, things before they actually happen. Or maybe I'm the one who likes, to be, a bit more sure before I say this or that. I don't know. It's coming, Mago. It's coming in the future. I believe it's coming. You just continue with your structure, like you're doing well. Like, you remember what you told me in the beginning when you started, watching the streams, that trading was not, doing so damn good, those hypothetical trades you were doing. But since then, I've heard more positive news from you, if anything, if I'm not mistaken, right? It means you're sucking everything in, like you're taking everything in from the show, from the channel. You're doing all the other hard work on your own at home and, at work, wherever you are. You're doing a lot of work on your own. I'm doing my part, and you're doing your part times two. You understand what I mean? It wouldn't have been possible if you just, came to the show just to see, exit levels, entry levels, and then go. You're actually putting the work down in. I mean, you're putting the work in. You get what I mean. I hope you get what I mean, at least. Instead of Netflixing and chilling and just watching movies and, just wasting most of your day, you're doing your work, your usual nine to five work maybe, and you're also working with this. Like, that's somebody who wants to see a change in their lives, okay? Many people, they would probably not wanna go and study, about trading or anything else because they have one job. But what's the problem? Like people who want more from life, they are gonna have, different, sources of income. Like that's not a bad thing. Some people would go like, well, yeah, well, if you're very rich, why would you even, um, do YouTubes? Why are you gonna have a Patreon? Why? Well, first of all, it's not a charity service. This is not a charity service. I'm here to help people, but at the same time, I value my time. At the, you know, second thing is, have you ever seen any rich person? Now, I'm not saying, that I'm one of those, multi-billionaires and I don't know what, but have you ever seen any rich person that doesn't have different sources of income? Like, guys, name one. If you know anybody, name one. Absolutely, I get you. Yeah, and learning patience for sure. Trading and when to get in timing is really important. Yes, yes, yes. Patience is key. Patience is really key when it comes to trading. The good thing is you're doing this while you're also doing, other things. So you haven't left your whole life. So you're hanging out with family. You're making time for family. You're making time for work. You're making time for trading and so on. It's important to keep a balance just so that you do not lose your mind, because I've been there. I told you guys, I locked myself in. My friends were worried for me, my families were worried for me. Like, I did nothing in a few years but study, and implied what I was studying into real life. Simple. Like, one can do that, of course one can do that, but I do not recommend it, because I isolated myself from people for a few years, just because I put my mind into, okay, I am gonna do this, I am gonna do this. Simple. Yeah, 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 but go. So most people, they have side hustles, they do trading at the same time and so on, because that's only the best thing you can do. Okay, the best you can do. Have your eggs in different baskets. It's kind of the same thing. Yeah, sometimes yeah, but because, like, I don't want you guys to lose your mind, because I'm not kidding you when I say, like, I have friends that started laughing when I told them this, but I actually dreamt about charts. And this is not a joke, okay? There was a period in time, like, there was a time I dreamt about charts, like, literally, like, I was sleeping and I saw charts in my dreams. I was like, wow, wow. It was because that's all I did. Eat, barely slept, TA, trade, TA, eat, like, barely slept, barely, like, went out, probably, just to get some groceries or something like that. But anybody who wanted to meet me had to come over to my place instead. And then even if they came, I was in front of the computer, so they couldn't do much. Or if I get out, I always had, some, device with me, so I could, do some, analysis and so on and so forth, just, to see what's going on and so forth. And my friends were going nuts, nuts. But if you ask me, was it worth it? 1,000%. 1,000%. Well, you see, it's just your mindset. It's gonna take you there, Mago. We're gonna be traveling all around, like it's coming. Dreams are a good fuel for us to strive even harder. So, and I definitely have, dreams that I wanna, check off my list. So yeah, we all gotta, hustle and work and and give it our best, like really our best. And when I say hustle, I do not mean, in a bad way. I mean, hard hard work most of the time pays off. And knowledge is valuable. There is nothing that can, you can lose your money, you can lose your house, you can lose whatever, but unless you lose your memory, nobody can ever take your knowledge away from you. No one. Like Bitcoin is looking so spoiled right now. Come on. Who knows, Mago? I might see you in Europe, Just give it time. And I know you can do it. I know you can do it. Like you got the right mindset and you put time into this, so I hope so too. I really hope so too. Like Bitcoin, if something doesn't happen, like when I'm back by tomorrow on the live stream, like this is one of the it's so frustrating. Like just do something. Nice, pullback by the bulls at support still. If we would have closed above 16,950 already on the 4th of January, guys, we would have possible, we would have probably been, around 17.2-ish at least right now by now, but uh, it's just doing nothing. If sell pressure comes in, the negative momentum. 4 hourly close. Any 4 hourly close below 16,800, like to 16,773, like really, below, between 16,773 to 16,800. Like we close anywhere below those levels. The bull pack, I mean the pullback, the pullback is gonna be a bit deeper. I think there's a lot of pressure in Bitcoin from both sides, and it's going to go one way pretty fast. Oh, for what I'm seeing, go down, but it could go up. Yeah, like there is a lot of fight going on. Like this fight has been going on for a while now. Like just do something and get it over with. Like when was the last time we had this type of sideways action for this long? I mean, this has been going on since the 20th of December. Well, not 20th, actually 17th of December, okay? Since then, just going sideways. Just going sideways. And as if it's not enough with that sideways action, now on the lower time frames, we're also going sideways. This one was looking fine. This one was actually looking fine, for those of you wondering, we're still talking about, it, probably being able to go a bit more up if this support holds, which we did, because the moment we broke above $16,800, like, I give in to the bulls, that's it, okay? But before that, it was looking like, but it held. But right now, it's like, the fight is real. Like, the fight is real. But looking at this channel, we are still above the heart line, number one. There's no divergence, okay? There's no nice divergence on the 4-hourly, unfortunately. But we are above the heart line. If we drop down below 16,800, we close any candle below 16,800. We really do not have to wait for 16,773. 16,800 is good enough. We close below that one, back to the heart line at least, if not a bit lower. Kind of the same as this one. It's different charts, so different prices, but same thing like this one, 16,694 to 16,600-ish. Looking at this one, it's around 16,682-ish to, yeah, 16,600 also. Pretty much the same, okay? Yeah, pretty much the same. Okay, lovely people. Like, this was one interesting day when it comes to the altcoins, at least, because Bitcoin is just, screwing around right now, not much happening. It's just, making people frustrated. Some people are gonna get so frustrated, they're probably gonna be taking longs at these levels. Like, I can just imagine, or just shorts, just, take some action, but that's where you get sucked in. Let's have a look at the liquidation things. Hold on. Just have a look. And have a look at it together. Okay, see now. Predations. This. Have a look at the chart at the same time. Then this. So far, not that bad. We've seen worse. You remember the days where we saw like 20 million, 40 million, 50 million, longs wrecked and shorts wrecked, and there was a lot of action then. But it's not that bad, pretty much the same. Binance 24-hour liquidations, longs 3 million, shorts 2.4. Ethereum shorts got wrecked. Solana shorts got smashed horribly, okay? 88.86 shorts wrecked. Yeah, like the fight is real, the fight is real. Dodge shorts got wrecked as well. ETC longs got wrecked. Like, what the? Matic longs got wrecked. Like, wow. Okay, I can keep on continuing like this. It's not gonna be looking better, any better, but 6th of January, like, okay. Looks like so far, when it comes to BTC USDT, the longs have been more wrecked, like 80% longs wrecked, and shorts just 20%, like 14.8k, and longs 57.6. I mean, the daily just started a few hours ago, so far, longs have had a bad time, okay? There's not so much volatility either. It could be that, because when there is like volatility, then you see, these kinds of figures: 1.6 million longs wrecked and 600,000, shorts wrecked, and even more at sometimes 2.5 million there, 4.7 million there, 2 million there. But we've seen live. I remember we watched like 10, 20 million, something like that. And that's not even big, for like, it's not a big number when it comes to the crypto space. Okay, guys, lovely people. Thank you for tuning in. Like, it was a nice one. We had some nice chat as usual. Love the conversations and the brainstorming and so on, the discussions. Um, Thank you for tuning in. If you like the contents that I bring, do not forget to subscribe, like, and hit that bell and share and so on. Just engage. Let's push this channel through. And I hope you found value today. And for those of you replaying it, make sure to well, I should have said this in the beginning, but try to watch the whole show and not just 10 or 20 minutes, because then you're not gonna get the idea of what we're talking about, and you're probably not gonna get TA that well as well, a better understanding for TA. Okay, so try to watch at least most of the show. Okay, but thank you all, love all of you. Thank you for all the contributions, support, and all that, everything in between. And take care for me, and I will see you on the next one. Mongo, everybody. Good night and take care. Hope you have a nice rest. And tomorrow we'll see if Bitcoin does something at last. Okay, because now we're getting tired with this no action show. Definitely coming tomorrow as well, Mongo. So hopefully I'll see you there. Until then, take care and good night.